how would you grade how this administration has handled this most serious crisis?
Is there something lower than an F?
Yeah.
It has been unmitigated disaster. And as an American, I am embarrassed that our government could not do better than this. When President Trump came into office, they sat in the Situation Room and ran through all the scenarios, including a possible pandemic, and said, you need to be prepared for this. And one of the first things this president did, he did not take the advice of President Obama, Ambassador Susan Rice, and that administration. Instead, the first thing he did was dismantle the office that would deal with something like this, like a pandemic. We could have been prepared, and we were not. And we want to go run around talking about make America great again. We can't even give our own people masks.
Hello.
A mask that costs less than 2 cents. We can't supply the nation. We cannot supply the healthcare professionals, the bus drivers, the grocery store with a 2-cent mask. And we want to talk about make America great again. We have put this money out there for small business, claiming that we're going to help these businesses, and the money is already gone.
The money's run out.
Gone, run out. So so today, his pronouncement that the states of Michigan and Minnesota and Virginia need to have a liberate their state so their state can reopen, despite the fact that the virus is running rampant. This man does not care about us. He does not care about American lives. What he cares about is American money and trying to get the economy going. Now tell me how you grow the economy when you don't have anybody working. When the workers are dead, you cannot grow the economy. So it's just backwards. It makes no sense. It shows us where his priorities are. And what we need to do in November is show him where our priorities are and let him go sit down somewhere and let him try to find a mask.
This is a public health crisis that has morphed into an economic crisis. And this cliche, of course, when white America gets a cold, we get the flu.
Right.
Well,
did we lose Miss Donna?
No, you didn't lose me. On my phone, and I didn't cut off one of them. We have to make sure that we're prepared for what I call the next phase, the reopening phase. So think about it this way. The stigma has already been attached to people of color, okay? Black people, racial disparities. I have health care. I'm sure you all have health insurance, but I can't get a test. I'm 60 years old. I know I look okay, thank you. But I'm 60 and I cannot get it. I called my provider and she said to me, what are your symptoms? I said, I'm Black. And she said, well, what are your symptoms? I'm Black. I want to get a test. Now, give me a test. I can't get a test. So how are we going to reopen society when we cannot get tested? When we don't know if we are asymptomatic, meaning we may have had the virus, but didn't have any of the symptoms. So what Leah gave the president a failing grade. I would echo that by saying it is unsatisfactory to have the president of the United States laying the blame on the 50 states, the District of Columbia, and the American territories without stepping up to the plate and say, y'all stop worrying, I got this. He has all of the power to get it, and yet it's about, as Andrew Cuomo said today, what does he want, flowers? Hell, I'm 3 miles from him. I'll deliver some from my garden.
The fact
that we need to ensure that we have tests, the wide availability of tests everywhere.
Because let's can feel secure knowing that they either don't have it or have had it and are now immune. Nobody wants to go into a store. Nobody wants to get on an airplane. Or
nobody wants to go back to work.
Nobody wants to go back to
I'm not sitting next to nobody.
How does the economy reopen? And he has not facilitated by allowing the federal government to do what the federal government can do. Instead, you got these governors out here like the Wild Wild West competing against each other to get their people the equipment and the masses they need so that they can live lives. And that is not what the federal government should be doing. And we need a leader who can write.
Well, you know, Dr. Daughtry, it is a melancholy truth that in the absence of leadership, the worst traits of our humanity will always flourish. And that's what's going on in this country.